Hope everyone's doing great. Labor Day 2024. That's right, Monday, September 2nd, 2024. It's Labor Day. Hope everyone's enjoying their Labor Day. Let's get some updates about Southaven, Mississippi, and Horn Lake, Mississippi, and Easy Days, and Yogi Bear, and all these RV parks. Sebastian Rogers. Let's throw up both flyers. Sebastian Rogers missing 189 days, gone from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee, somewhere between 6:30 p.m. on the 25th to 6:30 a.m. on the 26th. And today, being a Monday, we're talking 6 months, and a week to the day. Reported missing 6 months and a week ago. Autistic, 15 years old. There is a $50,000 reward for him. See something, say something. Spread these flyers. Spread the word. Let's find him and bring him home. So, let's talk about updates. Here's what we're going to do. Update Yogi Bear, Horn Lake, Mississippi was Chris Proudfoot here. This is the thumbnail, Yogi Bear campsite. The goal. Where was Chris Proudfoot? Excuse me. Where was Chris Proudfoot on the night this boy went missing, Sebastian Rogers? Was he at Yogi Bear? Was he at Easy Days? Where was he? And wherever he was that night, I'm sure he was there that entire month. So, update from yesterday. Let's talk about it. I made a phone call. Let's just show this right here. I made a phone call, okay, to Easy Day RV Park. As you know from my last video, she was very helpful. I mean, extremely helpful. So helpful that hanging up the phone with her, not only do I feel like someone else is now aware and that her whole park will be aware of Sebastian missing, but yet she's probably going to look herself and start doing things, and I may get contacted just by her to say, hey, how can I help you since you're in Atlanta and I'm here in Southaven? How can I help you? So very good information. What did we learn though? No names by Proudfoot, Bowersox, Rogers, construction company, contractor, St. Jude's, none of that was on file, registered at that park. Now, here's the thing. Could this guy have been there? It's possible. Physically there, it's possible. Was he registered there? Not by his name. Not by his name. So that means if he was there, if he stayed there one night or the entire month of February, was he staying under an alias? Allegedly, in my opinion. Was he staying with a co-worker? Any names that I'm aware of associated close to him, I've eliminated those. And the second part is the person I spoke to had no idea about Sebastian missing. So there was at no time I felt like they were trying to hold something back or not tell something. They would come up with ideas as well, like, well, let me check this or let me check this. So what was my next step? Same thing yesterday, as I said in my last video, I called Yogi Bear. Got an immediate message that they're closed, leave a voicemail, which I did. No one called me back, so today I called them again. You see there's two calls. The first call was about an hour before this one, and they were open, and you get, hey, press 3 for, speak to someone. I did the 3. And then you get on hold. You get put on hold. They're working with someone else. Be there in a minute. And that lasted for a few minutes. And then they finally come on and said, hey, we're very busy. We have someone on hold. Please leave your name and number. We'll call you back. Didn't do that because I'd already done that yesterday. So an hour later, I call back. Boom. Immediately I get a customer service, guest relations, whatever they call it person. It's a male. From the jump, I could tell, and this is no disparaging towards this person, they're doing their job, and I don't know them. I'm just saying it was a person who I felt like doesn't have the way they do not have the authority to give out any information, and B, they're just there. Okay, so I started by saying, hey, it was like a 3-minute call, and all this went down in 3 minutes. I described Sebastian's missing, right? The story that his stepdad was there in March, around the third week of March for sure. But what I'm trying to find out is real simple. Was he there in February? Immediately the guy is like, I can't tell you that. We do not give out that information. I said, I get it. I understand. I totally understand. What do I need to do to move this investigation along? What do I need to do to find that information? I asked for an email address. I had already spoken about Horn Lake PD and the police report filed, and I asked, do I need to get them involved? And then when I asked for the email address, he came back and said, well, you can Google Horn Lake PD. So I don't know if he got confused there that I was asking for their email address versus someone at his park. Then I go on to, can you give me a name? Can you give me a name? And I'll phone back, be that tomorrow or in a few days, and speak to them. It was nothing. It was basically silence on the other end. So this was a person who just does their job. They don't know this. And I repeated about Sebastian being missing just so he would know. And he said thank you, and that was it. So I like to have fun. It's can't stay serious all the time. And this is what I call shutdown Sam. Okay, this is shutdown Sam. I was shut down. There was no information given. So then I say, what can I do? What can I do? So I did this. I did this. So this anyone can do. If anybody out there wants to do it, please do it. It brings more awareness. But this is a standard contact information form for businesses that you do online. Name, email address, phone number. And I'll read you what I put. So the first part you don't see is talking about we have a missing child, Sebastian Rogers, 15 years old. Then I go on. He is autistic and has been missing from his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee since February 26, 2024. I'm aware his stepdad, Chris Proudfoot, has stayed at your RV park in the month of March of this year, approximately 3 weeks after Sebastian disappeared. I have a simple question. Was Chris Proudfoot at your RV park during the month of February this year? And if so, did he leave your park around February 27th or 28th or another date? He did come to stay at your park in March this year. Was this a return from February, or was it his first time there? I have filed a police report with Horn Lake PD. Would it be best to contact them and allow them to get this information? Or is there any way you can just let me know if Chris was at your park in the month of February? Again, his stepson, Sebastian Rogers, a 15-year-old autistic boy, has been missing since February 26, 2024. My goal is simple. Find him and bring him home. Will you please help me? Now, I wish there would have been some way of attaching a photo, and I could have attached one or both of these flyers. So, what do we know of Yogi? Yesterday, I left a voicemail. Today, I spoke to someone who could not give me any information. Now, I've emailed them. Tomorrow, my plan is to phone them again. Because it's real simple. We're trying to find out if Chris was here in February so we can eliminate here. I'm building a search list. Silver's on the scene, that's what I do. I get out and I look. One thing, if you don't already know, I'm not an illogical thinker when it comes to just look. I just don't drop into a place and start looking without thought process behind it. If Christopher Proudfoot was not at Easy Days, I do not see any way he would be over there in that area if he was allegedly, in my opinion, as all this is, alleged in my opinion, going to hide a body or bury a body. So let's eliminate this. That's what we're trying to do. We're still up in there. We've eliminated it for the most part because he's not registered, but was he physically there? So, two things. One, here, they are going to review security footage. They're not sure if it goes all the way back to February, but I mentioned that yesterday. That's something they're going to do. The person I spoke with is going to start talking tomorrow with a person who's there Tuesdays through Fridays, who has more view. They see more things going on through the week. Does Chris Proudfoot's face look familiar? Does she remember anything? Can she pull the footage? So they have my contact information. We may hear back from them. Meanwhile, will I get a response to my email, or will when I call back, I'll be able to speak to someone who can tell me the information? So there's your update, which is kind of almost like no update other than the fact that we're working. It's a process. We're trying to get there. We're trying to get these answers. Now, you may have noticed something in my phone calls. Southaven RV Park. Southaven RV Park. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where the power of people come into play, as we've talked about many, many times. The power of people, okay? So we know of Southaven RV and Marine. This is a sales operation. Easy Days is right here, okay? If you come over, not far at all, where we at? Let's bring it out. You come right over here, Yogi Bear, where I've searched, the abandoned home. Okay, so we were looking here specifically for this area. We are trying to eliminate it. And in some cases, we have more questions than answers because he's not registered there. So, power of the people. Let me stop here for a second and say thank you to everyone who watches these videos and who watches them with the intent on finding Sebastian. That's really the magic of this. So after my phone call to Yogi and after my email sent to them, I went and I checked emails. I've had a chance to get back to a lot of you on emails. Sometimes it's difficult with the emails and the comments, but keep them coming. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Because listen to this. I picked up one from Sandy. I'm just only going to say thank you, Sandy. And she said to me, I live in the area, and check this out. Why don't you check out, or would you check out, or have you heard of let's key it in, Haven. This is Google Maps. Southaven RV Park on State Line Road, boom, in Southaven. What do you see right here? Let's go back. Southaven RV Park. Southaven, today, 4:48. So this is like an hour after getting off the phone with the Yogi guy who was unable, unfortunately, to give us any information. So let's take a look at the lay of the land here and find this very interesting. Never heard about this park. You see right here, without me zooming or going, Tennessee State Line. They call this road State Line Road, okay? So this is Memphis. This is Southaven. They call Southaven, as I've said before, top of Mississippi. Let's back out. Okay, you back out. Right up in here, about 13 miles from here, is St. Jude's, where Chris was working. Okay, then let's see if we can catch it here. If you back on out some more, where are we at here? Let's take a look. Yes, right in here. Right here, there it is. Boom, Easy Days. So you can see right here, Southaven RV Park, right at Tennessee Line, Easy Days we've been looking at, and then Yogi Bear right here. So these two are about 2 miles apart. Horn Lake, Southaven. This one is about 5 miles from here, 5 to 7, probably 5 to here and another 2 to here, depending on the routes you take. I think it said the quickest route was like 4.7 miles, and the furthest route was like 6.9 or 7.1. So right here, so when you're down here, you're further by about 5 to 7 miles from your work. So is this where we should be looking? Was he here? And let's just take a look at this. Very secluded, folks. Look at this. It's not a very big RV park. Okay, it's off the beaten path. You have a Firestone in front of it. There's some kind of store here. I don't know exactly. You'll see in a minute. We'll go to the street. So these buildings are blocking it. You have a nice big public. I mean, it's basically blocked on two sides by industry buildings, and the other 2 sides by woods. Not only the woods that touch it, but look at this stretch here. And then look at this. Very interesting. Let's go in. You not only have RVs that are close to a wood tree line, these actually back into it. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Allegedly, in my opinion, if I'm in this RV and I come out the back or the back door or wherever it is, I'm already hidden. I'm hidden already. All right. So is this where he could have been? Closer to his work, right below there it is, Tennessee-Mississippi line. Oh, there's water here. So I placed a phone call. And unfortunately, no one picked up. The good thing I can tell, though, is based on the voicemail I received, this seems more like Easy Days, more of a smaller, laid back, whereas Yogi's more of a national chain. I feel good about maybe getting information here, but all I could do this time was leave a message, which I did. No, scratch. Oh, sorry, misinformation. I'd actually written down that I did, then I had to scratch it. I tried to leave a message. Their mailbox was full. 3-day weekend holiday. They probably weren't paying attention this weekend, and it's full. So I will phone them tomorrow and ask the same questions. Did you have a Christopher Proudfoot there during the month of February? When did he leave? If so, and so forth and so on. So what are we doing? We're trying to discover. We know somewhere around March 20th, 25th, the third week of March, Katie and Chris went to Yogi Bear, and Katie went with him. We know they were there. I've been by there at least 4 times and have photos myself and videos myself. Never seen their cars, but I know that's their thing from other people seeing their cars. So they were there. But the question remains, was he there before? Has he always been in Horn Lake, especially the night Sebastian was missing, went missing? Or was he at Easy Days, even though he's not registered? Brings more questions. Or was he at Southaven RV Park? And ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, you know my theory. Unfortunately, I do not believe Sebastian's with us anymore. I hate even stating it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope he is out there living his best life. If I come to find out that Southaven RV Park is where he was, it might jump to the very top of the search locations because there's opportunity in that area. And that's all I'll say. I don't want to say any more. So here's the update recap. Because he was not registered at Easy Days, phoned Yogi. All in all, it's been 3 phone calls, 1 yesterday, 2 today. Spoke to someone who could not give me any information. Sent them an email for information. What's the worst case of this? Now they know Sebastian's missing. That's the absolute worst case. Now they know he's missing. Because the guy on the phone did not know about this boy being missing. Anyone I phoned or asked in person has never known this boy's missing. That's what we're doing. Spreading the awareness, keeping it alive. So I will phone them again tomorrow to see if I can speak to someone else, as well as Southaven RV Park to see, was he there? Once we determine where he was on the night Sebastian went missing, then we can move forward. Because 17 hours, right? My question is this. When you left your home in Hendersonville the day after your stepson is reported missing by you and your wife, his mom, where did you go for 17 hours? And that's what we're trying to figure out, because to me, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big key on finding this boy. So, there you have it. Hope that wasn't too long of an update. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments, for your emails. You know, one other thing I'll say too about Sandy is this. I hope I'm not giving away too much. I don't want to do that. It's just I've now been able to connect Sandy and Tammy. So we are building our team of boots on the ground. Because until the day they invent a snap of the finger and I can get there in a second, I'm too far away to just go. I wish I could, and I would if I could. So I'm doing everything I can from afar to help those that are nearby that can pick up where I leave off and take a look. So we're doing that. Someone did email me yesterday, and let me just say this to the entire everyone listening. The question was simple: will you be searching again? Absolutely. The only way Silver's on the Scene will not be searching for Sebastian Rogers again is if he's found before he can get back boots on the ground. Work delayed me a couple of weeks back to back. That has thrown me off for a few weeks, but I will be back, both to Hendersonville area where he lives, as well as Horn Lake, Southaven, Memphis, those three combined together there. So I will be back. The only way I will not be back boots on the ground will be if he's found. And do I wish that? Yes. Someone find him. Let's bring him home. Silver's on the Scene will be boots on the ground in the next 18 to 20 days. Less than 3 weeks. Okay? So, hope that's a good update for you. Thank you for your support. I can't say it enough. Thank you for your comments. Keep them coming. Keep the emails coming. Together we will find Sebastian Rogers. We'll find him. We'll bring him home. So keep the awareness alive as you're doing. We will find him. We will bring him home. And then we'll get justice. We will get justice. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your Monday, Labor Day. Enjoy your evening. Get ready for work tomorrow. We all got to jump back to the grind, right? Tomorrow. And as always, Silver's on the Scene. Stay tuned. More to come. Thank you.